Hi, Dmitry is here and welcome to the next video on my channel. Today, as usually, we have something strange, a bit rare, something interesting, and today we have Polaroid camera, but it is not normal Polaroid that you maybe have in house or had some time ago. This is a 35mm Polaroid camera. It is for normal 35mm film. It is with autofocus and motorized film drive. What do we have here is the film, the camera itself obviously, two batteries and storage pouch. The camera has something like data bag, and it seems like it has support for DX codes, which is quite interesting for camera like this. So actually there is no much information on the box. I don't see information about shutter times, and only one thing that I can see, it is aperture. It's f divided by 4.5. So let's open the box and see what do we have there. Let's open it. Should be open in the manner like this. Let's try to make it clean, nice and easy. Okay, here we go. So now we can have a better view of the package contents. And here we have the camera itself, film, and storage pouch, and something like instruction. Oh, and like a neck strap or hand strap, some strap. Okay, let's quickly take a look on the instruction. Maybe we will have some technical information here. It's something how to use it. Okay. Give some instructions of how to use it, and here we have support for 12, 24 or 56 rolls, ISO from 100 to 800, so as usual. And again, I don't see shutter time, but if the camera can accept different ISO film, I guess we have some shutter adjustment, shutter speed adjustment, or maybe we have some aperture adjustments. I don't know if you can see this or not, but the aperture is quite big. And the viewfinder is actually quite big also. Okay, first of all, let's take a look at the batteries. They are not leaked, which is surprising me. I don't see something like date here, something like best before. Give me a moment, I will bring a tester and let's quickly see if they are still alive or not. So let's see, here is my battery tester, one of them. Let's quickly check what do we have. Oh, they are not dead. Obviously they can be in the better shape. Oh, this one is almost new. I really dope that they can handle high currents required by the camera, but it's quite surprising that they are not leaked and they still have some power. It's quite interesting. Okay, now the film. What do we have here is Polaroid 400 ISO, or it was 400 some time ago, 20 years ago, but for now I rather will shoot this on 100 ISO. And it's quite interesting who is made this film, but I think we will never find the manufacturer. Maybe the Polaroid themselves made this film, but maybe this is a repacked Agfa, Fuji, Kodak, or somebody else. So what do we have here? Process C41, ISO, 24 exposures, made in Germany. So maybe it was Agfa, or maybe not. So let's take a look at the camera itself. It's quite lightweight, just because it's a piece of plastic. It can be switched off or locked, and when the shutter is closed, the shutter button is locked. At least it feels locked. It looks like we have a small LCD with number of exposures. And oh, let's try to open it. And here we have instructions how to load the film. I think we should count the perforations, and it's quite interesting. Please write in the comment, do you count the perforations before shooting, or not always? And here we have a film table, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but film table is flat. This is a quite good sign, because when we will take a look at the simplest cameras, disposables or semi-disposables, like reloadable disposables like this one, what we will find there is come on, this one also, by the way, it's brand new. It was never loaded with film. But what we will find this is, I don't know if you can clearly see this or not, but the film table is rounded. This thing is rounded, it's not flat. This is because the optics here is actually so bad that it renders curved picture on the film, and as a countermeasure for this, the film table is a bit rounded. But here the film table is flat, so probably we can expect much better picture than with disposables, reloadable disposables, and other plastic soap boxes. So I think we need to load this with film and see what happens. Here we have some sensors for autofocus system. Here we have something like a light bulb. I guess it's a light source for the autofocus. Flash charge. Actually, the shutter is closed and I can't see anything about the diaphragm. And actually, I think the aperture is fixed on 4.5, sorry. And I think what is regulating the light amount here is shutter times. So I guess this camera will just adjust shutter time according to light conditions and film ISO. Oh, by the way, let's take a look at the DX code reading bars, and I don't know if it's clear visible or not, but we have only two pins here for reading the X code. Only two pins, so it's quite interesting because it's more than 3 ISOs. Probably, not probably, I don't know. Let's just test it and see what happens. By the way, let's take a look quickly at the X pins on the more sophisticated Pentax camera. Here is my MZS, my maybe one of two favorite Pentax film cameras, and let's take a look at the X readers. So as you can see, there are lots of pins here and only 2 of them here. It's quite interesting how good this one will be with only 2 pins. I don't know, let's see. Because the batteries in this package most likely not so good after 20 years of storage. Let's install a couple of another AA's. Oh, so noisy. It's trying to wind the film, but obviously without luck. Okay, now let's drop in the film cartridge. So film should be in this position. According to this schema, I will not count the perforations because I don't want to. It seems like it is winded the film. We have one here. So how it will focus? It's quite interesting. I'm slightly pressing the button and nothing happens. Pressing a bit more. So it seems like flash is charged every time, and for me it seems like it is not trying to focus, it's just making a shoot. So let me quickly take a look in the instruction how it should work. One moment. Well, you know, it's quite interesting. This camera have AF in the name, and here you can see autofocus camera kit. These things looks like autofocus sensors for me, and the lens is installed in something like electromagnetic suspension, but let's try to trigger it to closer focus and then to infinity. But I don't know, maybe something happens, maybe it's focusing at the moment of shooting, but in my opinion autofocus is not working and nothing is happening actually. And if we will take a look in the instruction, we will never find something like autofocus. And here, these sensors, these things that I thought that they are autofocus sensors, they are not mentioned in the instructions. And the autofocus system is not mentioned at all. No focus confirmation, nothing like that. It seems like there should be autofocus, but actually in the last moment they decided to just remove this feature, leaving the sensors and everything like that on the place, but just to focus it on the infinity to make it fixed focus, and with this aperture infinity focused camera should not work well, or maybe I'm wrong and maybe autofocus is there but just not mentioned. Let's do some test shooting and see what happens. And by the way, it seems like this lamp is a red eye reduction system, and it seems like I can't disable the flash. So no matter what I will do, the flash will fire when I will press the shutter button. Maybe it will not fire at the high light, but at the low light it seems like there is no way to disable it. So it's quite interesting and unusual for me. No direct control. You can turn it on, but at the same time it will turn on automatically, but you cannot turn it off. It's quite interesting. Okay, let's shoot this roll of film and see what happens. See what we will have in the result. Stay tuned.
I got this film developed and scanned at home, and as you can see, we have a problem with colors. We have a color drift, and this is because of my scanner. My scanner is really bad for now. I think in the future I will get a better one, but for now we have what we have. But most of the problem comes not from the scanner itself, but from the film. This film was really dark. Even in the area between frames, the film itself is super dark, so the contrast of the negatives is super low. And actually, I quite surprised that after scanning and converting, we have something, because I thought that there will be completely nothing visible. But we have something. I think we have this super dark film just because it's expired for 20 years, maybe a little more, and it had ISO 400, so it's quite sensitive. It was quite sensitive. The storage conditions was random, and I think it's a bit spoiled. So it's like it seems like this film was pre-exposed with some low light, and we have huge huge fog. We have so low contrast that scanner aberrations are so visible. By the way, it's quite interesting effect. It's quite psychedelic effect in these photos, and I don't know what is this. It's probably some defect of the film, because the wall of the house in this area is orange and it has the same uniform color, but in the film we have something. So at least at the beginning of the roll we have problem with focus on the infinity. I like to say we have problem with anything that was not on bright sunlight, and this is not because of the camera but because of the super old film. But details are I don't know, geometrical details are there, but grain details in small objects are maybe completely absent, just because we have so outdated film and so low contrast, so low information available. So probably with new film this will be better, But by the way, the focus, as we can see here, and the contrast between black and white, the focus is present, so it's better than on disposable non-focusing cameras. And by the way, I will show you after this how the focus works. It seems like it's actually works. It just needs some proper priming to engage this autofocus system, or maybe it was just a bit stuck, and after a while it was unclogged, unstuck, and it became the work. It seems like it catches these leaves as some near object and focuses on near zone, at near zone. And we have this castle a bit out-focused. I'm sure. Maybe it's just have focus at 50 meters and anything in the infinity is out-focused. I'm not sure actually. Here we have almost no details, but I really surprised, but we have at least something, and we have this really psychedelic aberrations from my scanner. So if you have so long expired film, you should use a normal camera with exposure and aperture control if you want to shoot this film. So do not try to use these uh, these cameras like point and shoot cameras with really old film if you have it, just because you will get something like this, and I don't know, maybe somebody like it, but I actually not really like it because it's just a color noise. Okay, we saw what we have here. Let's take a look at the focus system again.
Okay, let's take a look at the autofocus system one more time. Here we have this Polaroid camera. Here we have the focusing emitter and receiver infrared. It's turned on, but it has no film inside. By the way, I not figured out how to disable the flash. So it seems like when the camera decides that it's too dim, it will fire the flash no matter what. Okay, so if we will just press the shutter. Oh, actually, yeah. As you can see, it tries to focus on near distance, or maybe right now it's trying to focus on the far field, and if it will see that something is near. No, this is a near distance, and let's try to force it. And you have almost no movement when camera thinks that the object is far away. So it has two zones of focus, close and distant. And on close it looks like that, and on distant it looks like that, almost no movement. So actually this camera has some kind of autofocus, but it's only for two zones, and obviously it's not perfect autofocus system, but it seems like it's better than nothing. Let me know in the comments if you're interested in shooting, if you're interested in me shooting some new fresh film in this camera. If you're interested what will happen, what will be the results. Thank you for watching, and bye!